Hello there. Hello there, friends. How are you? I'm Spenta, and today I'm live streaming from indoors because it is very cold outside. This is my daily vlog with friends. And if Cheshire would sit properly here, we would have. There we go. Is it Cheshire's tail? Always the tail. Always the tail. Well, oh, there we are. Well, thank you for being here. I'm Spenta. This is my daily vlog with friends, and I'm glad to be here with you guys. Let's go ahead and get set up right here. If you're new to my channel, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Let me go over here. And this, as I mentioned, is my daily vlog with friends. For you guys, if you're new, a blog is usually content with images and it's written usually, versus a vlog, which is actually live with a video format. So this is a vlog with my friends, and I'm going to go over a book, continue going over a book. Here is the book. It is called Pure Unlimited Love, and it is a new edition. This is by Stephen G. Post, Dr. Stephen G. Post. This is not the same book that came out in 2000, so it's different than that one. And I just want to go over the content of this book. It's a very good book. I give it a very good review. I highly recommend it. And I think that you guys should definitely check it out. Let's see. All right, and I'm going to name it. That way you know the name of the book. There we go. All right. There we go. So it's Pure Unlimited Love. I'm going to go ahead and hashtag that. Pure Unlimited Love. And that Pure Unlimited Love, as I mentioned earlier, there we go. Pure Unlimited Love is by Stephen G. Post. Okay. Let's go ahead. By make sure I write it right, because some people asked me earlier, and there is a version, there is a 2020 version. That's a different one. Okay. Okay. Pure Unlimited Love. Beautiful. Beautiful. Making sure that everything is all done over here on my end so that I write the correct book. That way it's not the same book as the 2000 version. I like the 2000. That's a different book. That's by a different person too. So Yep. There we go. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Good thing I have saved all the awesome spots. So I can go over here and get started with you guys. As I mentioned, it's it's cooler outside. It's cold outside, guys. Cold day. Good cold day. Good cold day. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now I can get started here. Very happy to be with you guys. Oh, besides that, if you're new to my channel, I also share ASMR shares. And don't forget to check out my shorts and betas. Definitely, if you're trying to relax and put it on a loop, then it works really well for you. If you're into sounds of water, fire, I love water. Water is a big deal to me. Let's see. Good day to you. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, how are you? Hey, hey, hey. Hi, Sissy, how are you? Let's go ahead and pin this message really quick. Hello, Sissy Susanna, how are you? Hello, hello, friends. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me for this book review. A shout out to Sissy Susanna. Susanna Morjan, single mother. Let me see to my friend. Susanna is on the pen. Please see pen. If you don't mind, I will do my review. I will also have a pinned message for you guys from a friend that's in the channel, especially if my friend is a YouTuber, especially Susanna. Susanna's funny. Lately, she's into some funny, cute shares. So let me check it out here. This one. I like this one. Let me put it here. Susanna Sissy, I hope you're better. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Pure Unlimited Love book review. How are you? Thank you for coming in to my book review tonight. Hi, May. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hi, Kendall. How are you? Thank you for being here. Let me fix that. Thank you so much. Agile, hello, hello. Hello, hello, Agile. How are you? Thank you for being here, friend. Hello. Hi, hi, Anna. Hi. Annie Latia is here. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Hello. Good to see you, Agile. Thank you for being here. Yes, we are doing a book review this evening. I hope you guys are going to enjoy. It is a very good book. In my opinion, this book is good for if you are a teacher, if you are a parent, if you have a job and you are just looking for success in life in different ways. Let's see. And so it's a very good book. That's why I was thinking, oh, I should probably tell others about it. Let's see. Ah, that's funny. Kendall. How are you, Kendall? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. You're funny. What about me? I can't even type Kendall. You're pretty funny. You're pretty funny. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Again, I'm Spenta. I'm going to go ahead and start my book review. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it, and I hope you give this book a try. I really like it. Again, the book is here, right here with me. I have it in my hand, right here. Okay, so you guys can see, and then you don't get the wrong um, wrong book. Though, if you look this book up, I have read this one and a version that was made in 2000. So you see, they're two different ones. They're two different ones. Most definitely, most definitely. So how have you been, Kendall? How have you been, Susanna? Agile, how are you? May, how are you? Annie, how's it going? Friends, how are you? Ladies, how are you? You ready for our book review, guys? I hope you guys are ready for our book review. I hope you're ready to go. I'm ready. All right, let's go ahead and get started, friends. Thank you for being here again, and thank you for being awesome. Okay, I have it right here, and I have it marked. Oh. Okay. This is an amazing section of this book. I'd like to tell you about the book, okay? So, Pure Unlimited Love discusses a few different things, okay? So, Pure Unlimited Love discusses 7 different paths. Let me go over here because I have everything marked by now over here, okay? So, if you look over here, it says the first path is may you give and glow. The second path is may you heal with kindness. The third path is may you follow your callings. Number 4 is the fourth path, which is may you raise kind children. Number 5, may you know the one mind. Number 6, may you cherish the gift of nature. Number 7, may you honor the spirits. Now let's go over that one just a few bits right here. It says following these 7 paths right here, right over here, okay? It says following these paths, open our hearts and minds to the pure unlimited love that spiritual people call the divine. I do envision people in meditation and ask myself if they seem to be walking these paths, and if so, are they walking them well? And that's a pretty good thing. And by the way, if you guys paid attention to what was said, it talks about meditation. And if you know me, then that you definitely know that I love to meditate. And if you're new to my channel or you're just now listening, I love to do daily meditation at least once a day. At least once a day, daily meditation. So I think it's really important for the mind and the soul to do daily meditation. And I still believe that everybody should try their best to do and be their best. And I believe that meditation is a great start to the day. Here it talks about the forms of manifestation of pure unlimited love in the image of a wheel. I like this section of this book. It says pure unlimited love is an energy, the unlimited energy, and it goes by many names: original mind, ultimate reality, infinite mind, source, one mind, higher being, higher power, creator, universal spirit, ground of being, God, agape love, divine mind, sacred heart, the supreme being. It really, now this is what is written right here. Okay, I'm just following the book. right here. Now we're right here at it really does not matter. I'm going to go ahead and follow on to the next page. Okay, it really does not matter. We're still in the introduction. It really does not matter too much what you call the sacred energy. The Hebrew Bible says, I am who I am, and it is written that God is love, which is the fullest description and one that should suffice. The 10 forms of love are so much easier to talk about than love itself because the forms transpose the language of love into everyday experiences of celebration, compassionate care, forgiveness, attentive listening, carefrontation, helpfulness, loyalty, respect, mirth, and creativity. Notice I love the word carefrontation. I love how it says carefrontation. Carefrontation tells us a lot, okay? Right there. It doesn't say confrontation. It says carefrontation, okay? It tells us okay, so we're right here on this book. We're still right here. There you go. There's the wheel of love. It explains it that way in this book. Again, the book is Pure Unlimited Love by Stephen G. Post, Dr. Stephen G. Post. Here, it tells you when we practice spiritual techniques that invite a deeper connection with the one mind, underlying the permeating the universe. Okay, so let me read that again. It's a bit. I'll read it slower. When we practice spiritual techniques that invite a deeper connection with the one mind, underlying and permeating this universe, and also in special way with our deepest being or soul, we become more in tune with this pure unlimited love. Then we do not have to work so hard at making this connection because pure unlimited love is able to more or less invade our consciousness. And all we have to do is consent to this energy and allow it to flow more easily. Okay, that's pretty big. That's pretty big right there. Okay. To illustrate the different forms of pure unlimited love, I created the Wheel of Love. This tool has been useful for many people who have no clear idea what we might mean by pure unlimited love, but they understand all its form more readily. I do not go to work using the words pure unlimited love, but I do speak of all the forms of love as a style of appreciative leadership and team building. You see, that's awesome for leadership and team building. I mean, that's just great for parenting, for working. In my opinion, that's really good for a lot of different things. I love this book. I love this book. Amazing book. Again, I'm Spenta. If you're just now coming in, I'm doing a book review. Here it is, my friends. Pure Unlimited Love. There you go. Okay. To illustrate the different forms of pure unlimited love, I created the Wheel of Love. This tool has been useful for many people who have no clear idea what we might mean by pure unlimited love, but they understand all its forms more readily. I do not go to work using the words pure unlimited love, but I do speak of all the forms of love as a style of appreciative leadership and team building. I keep this wheel image with 10 spokes on the wall of my home office and in front of me during those early morning meditations as I contemplate those I am likely to encounter that day, including any adversaries. And I love my adversaries because I know they are in my life for a reason, to bring out my best. My family also uses the wheel when we need reflection. The effect is to create positive solutions, avoid meltdowns, and remain scream free. What might family culture look like if everyone had a wheel of love magnet on their refrigerator door around which they could gather and talk things through? Or how about we post the wheel of love in every classroom as a cultural centerpiece? So check this out. I really love this book. Really, really love this book. Okay. Which you guys do understand love in loyalty, in celebration, in listening, and in compassion. It's a great point. He makes a really good point. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking. Thank you for liking. Thank you. Thank you. It's an amazing book. It the person, so he meditates, okay? Dr. Stephen G. Post, okay, discusses that he meditates. My morning it's a spiritual dress rehearsal for the day, right? So he goes on to discuss spiritual dress rehearsal for the day. My morning meditation is a spiritual dress rehearsal for the day, and it sets the tone in an essential way. I can still get a little off course under pressure, perhaps not always being as loving as I had intended, but living a life of reasonable, consistent, loving kindness and dignity becomes a lot easier through this internal discipline, intentionally trying to slow, no, intentionally try, misread it, intentionally trying to show love and kindness. Using the 10 forms on the wheel makes me feel far more mindful of my interactions than I would be had I rushed to the office without having paused to give my day and my encounters a second thought. In the evening, if time permits, I might quietly ask myself a question for each of the seven paths. This is really interesting. I find it interesting because when I meditate, I do the same thing. It's amazing. This person, it was in my mind when they wrote this book. And this person was in my mind, right? I mean, literally, it's awesome. It tells you. I mean, I think it would be great. See, going over here just to highlight this section, he says, I keep this wheel image with 10 spokes on the wall of my home office and in front of me during those early morning meditations as I contemplate those I am likely to encounter that day, including my adversaries. And I love my adversaries because I know they are in my life for a reason, to bring out my best. My family also uses the wheel when we need reflection. The effect is to create positive solutions, avoid meltdowns, and remain scream free. What might family culture look like if everyone had a wheel of love magnet on their refrigerator door around which they could gather and talk things through? Or how about we post the wheel of love in every classroom as a cultural centerpiece? How beautiful. He goes on saying, okay, there's more. Let me give a shout out to Yes Nomads, Ching's Escapades, Dark Moon, Agile Warrior, T Pro, Ryan222 Craft, Orange FPS, Orange Stank FPS. Much love to you guys. And Jingfei, yes, and Jingfei. That's right. Okay, there we go. And Sanjay Robot Sr., much love. Thank you. Susanna Morjon, much love. Thank you. Mom Malu, thank you for your friendship and love. Kat, thank you so much for your kindness. Falcon, thank you for your friendship and love. Thank you, Falcon. Mocha, thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you for your love and kindness. Josh, thank you for your kindness. Anna, thank you for your kindness. Agile, thank you for your kindness. Thank you. Tiago Batira, Brazil, thank you. Music Play Game, thank you. Uninvited Walk On, thank you. Lisa, many thanks. Dark Moon, thank you so much. Tony, thank you. Much appreciated. Mom Malu, you're awesome. Orange Stang FBS. Ryan222 Graph. Much love, friends. Thank you. Thank you for your friendship and kindness. Mocha, thank you. Ching's Escapade, much love. Yes, Nomads, much love. Renita F3, thank you. Punam, Ka, Sada Bahar, Kana, much love. Anjing Fei Blog, thank you, Mom Malu. Thank you, T Pro. Thank you, Jajal Ben Iso. Thank you, Killiker Games. Thank you for your friendship and your love. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you for being here today. Well, he goes on saying, in the evening, if time permits, I might quietly ask myself a question for each of the 7 paths. Did I feel uplifted in giving with kindness? Did I speak with the tone and heart of a healer? Did I stay focused on my callings or get pulled off course? Did I set an example of kindness for younger people who showed up my door? Did I maintain awareness of the one mind and not got swept away by the world? Did I feel a sense of awe as I encountered nature and the skies? Did I honor and fulfill the duties and responsibilities of freedom? Do you see? This is wonderful because on the 7 paths, if you remember the 7 paths, okay, the 7 paths. Now, I teach, so this is, of course, attractive to somebody that would perhaps be a teacher, a professor. It's very awesome. The first path, I'll go over the 7 paths again. May you give and glow. 2, may you heal with kindness. 3, may you follow your callings. 4, may you raise kind children. 5, may you know the one mind. 6, may you cherish the gift of nature. 7, may you honor the spirit of freedom. Now let's go and see what he asks, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. 20CH Japan, much love to you. Hello. Thank you for being here from Japan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Hello. How are you, Rob? Rob Abanks, my friend. Good evening to you. Thank you, Rob. How are you? Thank you, friends, for being in my stream. And thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your time and kindness. Thank you for your support and generosity. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for following me on my journey. I really am glad to have your friendship. And I'm here because you're here. And I'm glad to be here because of you, my friends. Now let's see what Dr. Stephen G. Posts asks himself every day at the end of the day. Okay. Did I feel uplifted in giving with kindness? Did I speak with tone? It says that I speak with the tone and heart of a healer. Did I stay focused on my callings or get pulled off course? Did I set an example of kindness for younger people who showed up my door? Did I maintain awareness of one mind and not get swept away by the world? Did I feel a sense of awe as I encountered nature and the skies? That'll make you appreciate winter right there. Did I honor and fulfill the duties and responsibilities of freedom? Do you see? Honor and fulfill the duties and responsibilities of freedom. What a fantastic book. And as time permits, I will ask myself questions about my living up to the spokes on the wheel. Did I take those few minutes to join the celebration down the hall, or did I drive to a student's wedding? Did I ask someone if I was right in thinking that they might be suffering, and if so, how? Did I let go of bitterness and forgive someone who seemed to be apologetic or even not so apologetic? Did I listen well instead of interrupting someone? Did I diplomatically confront an old friend who was not living up to their values? Did I lend someone a helping hand in some simple encounter? Did I tell someone that loyalty really matters and that they can count on me? Did I respect someone by looking and listening to them more carefully? Did I thoughtfully and in good taste share a little joke today? Did I affirm someone's creative accomplishments today? That is really, really awesome, guys. And that again comes back to this wheel, which should be over everybody's fridge. I really recommend it. And if you're a teacher, oh my gosh, it's such a good book. You should read it. If you are a teacher, you should totally read this book. Hello, hello, Rob. Thank you. Rob, give me just a moment, my friend. We're going to take just a real quick break for to say hi to my friends. Okay, just real quick. I have not had a chance to say hello to my new friends, and I would like to let them know that I'm here and I'm listening to them. Cynthia Variety Vlogs, how are you? Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. My dear friend, 20CH Japan. Oh, what a wonderful, beautiful share from Japan we have of your beautiful fish tank. I love it. I really love it. How beautiful, my friend. You have a new share. Well, I'm so glad you're here with me and you're sharing with me. I like that. And Cynthia, hello, Sissy. Good morning. You have something for me too. That's awesome, Cynthia. That is Cynthia Variety Vlogs, my good friend. And Rob Alabanks, we have been friends for a really long time. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend Rob? Rob, if you ever get a chance, I'm looking, I will text it to you. I'm looking, text it to you. Like, I will just text it real quick. Rob, how was your evening, my friend? How was your evening? Cynthia, how was your day? Well, you slept. So how was your sleep? How's that? How was your sleep? I hope you slept well. I sure do hope you slept well. Beautiful share. And my friend 20CH Japan, I really like it because it's perfectly 10 minutes. It's super perfect. I'm giving it a super perfect. That one is awesome. That one is awesome. I was looking at my friend's share, wonderful share. Yes. My dear friend Rob, amazing shares. I have a question for my friend Rob. Um, um, how do you say on music? Since you're good with music, um, it will not be. Okay. There we go. Rob might have an answer for that one. Rob might definitely have an answer for that one. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for being in, sissy. So happy to see you. Yes, dear sis. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's always fun to be here with friends. It really is. If you guys didn't watch me play the Bears versus Packers yesterday, don't forget to give that a shot too. Don't forget to give that a shot if you guys haven't watched it yet. Cynthia, sissy, if I don't know if you got a chance to see this one, they are saying that this is going to be a big deal because of the. I'm gonna go ahead and write it for Cynthia. They're saying it's a big deal because at for the playoffs. Yeah, Cynthia, that game is going to be played this weekend. You see, and they said it's going to be a big deal. So yeah. Well, my friends, let me go back to the book study, okay? And I'm of course here. I'm here, with all of you. And again, a big shout out to all my friends. Just wanted to tell you guys thank you for your love and friendships and kindness and love you guys a lot. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you, friends. There we go. Okay, back to our book. Now remember, it to me books the okay. So back to a little bit of my opinion. To me, when I read books like this, I'm reading it for educational purposes. So for me, it's not necessarily what someone believes in spirituality or not. It's the path of meditation and the way of living. So a little bit different, what I think, right? Now, okay, let's continue, my friends. Now, after going over and saying, did I affirm someone's creativity act? So we went last and we went over the 10 things on the wheel. Did he ask himself, did I do some, did I respect someone by looking and listening to them more carefully? Did I thoughtfully and in good taste share a little joke today? Did I affirm someone's creative accomplishment today? He goes on to say, no one has been or ever will be perfect in the forms of love. I am not a believer in human perfection, but when we make the right kind of spiritual connection with God, we can do a lot better. Being mindful about the forms of love and even journaling about them, achieving several goals. Notice in annotation here, God is not in big letter G, if you check that out right there. Right there. Okay, so, whoops, excuse me, let me grab that paper so I can pinpoint the book where I was reading it to you guys. Okay, so going to read that again. No one has been or ever will be perfect in the forms of love. I am not a believer in human perfection, but when we make the right kind of spiritual connection with God, we can do a lot better. Being mindful about the forms of love and even journaling about them achieves several goals. These forms prime us to use the best form of love for the right people at the right time. They keep us focused on not only who, but what needs loving kindness, perhaps a pet, a garden, or a calling. They keep us on a personal path to inner peace, and they help us cultivate love in every aspect of our world and to be sorry when we don't. I 100% agree with that statement right there. Okay, right over here. This, all of this, I definitely agree with it. Um, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how that is how I feel. That's how I feel. So this person wrote a book about how I feel. Isn't that interesting? Sometime I should contact the person and say, "Hey, you know, you wrote a book about what I like." No, you wrote a book about how I live. Even funnier. You wrote a book about what I like, and you wrote a book about how I live. You, right? Now let's go over it. And I love meditating. Remember, I mean, if I get up at 3 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning, I'm going to meditate. I'm not going to live stream. I'm going to meditate. That's how I start my day. Okay? By practicing these meditations, we stay centered and carry an inner peace, regardless of what's going on around us. This state of being is essential during a time when people are suffering and even dying from anxiety disorders, nature deficit disorder, and a doomsday mentality. Despite politics, social division, climate change, nuclear weapons, deadly viruses, the danger of artificial intelligence, and the looming threat that this is the end of times, we can do our small part to make the world a better place, one intentional, loving act at a time, with a spirituality that opens our hearts. So, to, as the Hindus like to say, the Supreme, or as the Native Americans like to put it, the Great Spirit. You see, that's a very, very awesome. This is an amazing book. I highly recommend it. Definitely read it. And in case you need to know how to live it, maybe we can hang out. Yep. And it was forwarded by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and so on. Going to continue. Thank you, my dear friends, for being here. All right. It says by practicing these meditations, we stay centered and carry on inner peace regardless of what's going on around us. This state of being is essential during a time when people are suffering and even dying from anxiety disorders, nature deficit disorders, and a doomsday mentality. Despite politics, social division, climate change, nuclear weapons, deadly viruses, the dangers of artificial intelligence, and the looming threat that this is the end of times, we can do our small part to make the world a better place, one intentional loving act at a time, with a spirituality that opens our hearts to, as the Hindus like to say, the Supreme, or as the Native Americans like to put it, the Great Spirits. The wheel rolling on seven paths. These seven paths are not random. They seem to be essential ones in most well lived lives, although not everyone follows these paths to the same degrees. On each path, the goal is to apply the most pertinent forms of love. It's possible to tell when someone is practicing love along the seven paths, whether they are aware of it or not. People who feel pure, unlimited love tend to carry themselves with a graceful poise. They're often described as looking dignified. They hold themselves with dignity and are too active, being kind, to engage in corrupt, harmful, or humiliating behaviors or speech that dignifies others, and it's let me read that again. They hold themselves with dignity and are too active, being kind, to engage in corrupt, harmful, or humiliating behaviors or speech that de dignifies others and themselves as well. This dignity includes virtues such as integrity, respect, and honesty. Okay? That's big deal. You know, this reminds me of another book by another person, okay? Another book by another person, and This person, I think I have, let me look over here on the book list. I'm looking 1 second. Okay. I have, you guys are going to be like, what is the deal with you and all of these? Well, as a teacher, oh my gosh, I took a great class one time. The guy was discussing your love tank being empty, okay? The Five Love Languages are such a good book, okay? Now, this one here is another one, okay? I don't have that one right on me. It's in my bookshelf, but this is a really good book too. This is the Five Love Languages of Children. There's also the Five Love Languages of Teenagers, I'm pretty sure. I have it. Yep, I have it. And I love it. I love the Five Love Languages, and I have them memorized, right? Um, so in case you guys are new, the Five Love Languages discuss some things, five things. Discuss that. I'll just like real quick because it's related to this one. Real quick on the Five Love Languages. Um, different author, Gary Chapman, goes on to discuss that okay, people in general fit into these categories, maybe one more than the other, but more so one versus the other. In case of me, three of these match mine. So check this out. The five love languages are quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, acts of service. These are for adults, okay? I'm reading like five love languages for relationships. For relationships. Five love languages are quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, or acts of service. And notice maybe your partner doesn't really care for you to, I wouldn't know why your partner wouldn't care for you to plow the garden, but I definitely would. I love gardening and I love nature. But for example, maybe someone sees that, there you go, maybe someone sees hanging out in the garden as quality time with somebody and somebody doesn't. Maybe somebody wants to hold hands, and maybe somebody needs to be heard that they look nice. Maybe somebody likes all three of them. Maybe somebody has to be given gifts all the time. And maybe somebody, like I said, likes to plow that garden. You see, plow that garden. And words of affirmation is just being told, you're a kind person, you're a good person, or something looks good on you. Acts of service, I mentioned, just doing something for somebody. And also, I that mentioned to you guys that that particular thing goes hand in hand in my opinion, okay? And the reason it goes hand in hand here, in my opinion, together at least, or why it goes together, because, well, this person has probably read this book, the person that's written this, right? So what I'm suggesting is, for sure, this person must have probably read the five love languages of the original one, this one, and the one of teenagers. Okay. So must have read it. This and meditation. Oh my gosh, let me show you this book. It took me forever to understand how to go by it. Okay. I can do book reviews on these later, but you'll learn how to meditate. Okay. Yeah. Pretty awesome books here. But anyway, back to the book that I was recommending. And of course, I love natural remedies. So I love growing herbs and spices and flowers, everything. Beautiful food, lettuce, tomatoes. When it's in season, it's always a great thing to grow. It's always a great thing to grow. And if you haven't done so, this is an interesting book, in my opinion. This is an interesting book that a lot of my friends have liked and have asked about it. It's pretty interesting reading. Okay. I can go over this later with you guys. These are some good books that I have that I enjoy reading that pretty much might go hand in hand together if you consider it like that. You see what I mean? If you consider some things, hey, does this go with this? Does that go with that? So some of them might actually go good together. That is a very good book. That's the book of Numbers. I really like it. Not Numbers like the book of Numbers from like the uh, Christian Bible, not the book of Numbers. This one is different, like about numbers. About numbers. It's in Hebrew. It's in Hebrew, but you can get it in English for in English, or I'm sure other versions. Cynthia, I enjoyed it. Oh, Cynthia, that is awesome. Congratulations to your friends. And I'm happy for you. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, congratulations. Very happy for you, my friend. Wow. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Big time. Oh yeah. So anyway, so in my opinion, maybe I didn't get a hold of the professor to say hello. You with your PhD, come and explain to me. Did you or did you not read did you or did you not read these books? But I'm certain the answer is going to be sure I've read them because I am trying to there's some people that are trying to better themselves. There's some people that are trying to better themselves differently by meditating. There's some people trying to better themselves by sitting down and being different. There's so many different things, right? So if you're trying to better yourself, right, don't worry. There's so many things you can do. There's so many books. There's so many books out there. I mean, just wow on books. I love books. I know we have the internet now, which I'm thankful for it, but just to let you know, we still have the books all over the place and I love it. Okay, well, let's continue on this one, okay? It says these seven paths are not random. They seem to be the essential ones in most well lived lives, although not everyone follows this path to the same degree. On each path is the goal. The goal is to apply the most pertinent forms of love. It's possible to tell when someone is practicing love along the seven paths, whether they are aware of it or not. People who feel pure unlimited love tend to carry themselves with a graceful poise. They are often described as looking dignified. They hold themselves with dignity and are too active being kind to engage in corrupt, harmful, or humiliating behaviors or speech that de-dignifies others and themselves as well. This dignity includes virtues such as integrity, respect, and honesty. People of pure love have a powerful spiritual and moral sense of equal regard for all people. In this in this oneness, they find serenity and purpose. I love the word serenity. Serenity is a beautiful word. I think if somebody had kids, constantly, especially because it starts with the word S, right? I love S. Okay, so name your kid Serenity. I love the name Serenity. People of pure love have a powerful spiritual and moral sense of equal regard for all people. Did you hear that? It's written here in the book, right? Right over here. Really. Honestly, it says, people of pure love have a powerful spiritual and moral sense of equal regard for all people. I happen to agree with that. In this oneness, they find serenity and purpose. This form of dignity is present whenever kindly love radiates in our lives. These are people who are living in active connection with the divine, as our national survey of adult Americans showed conclusively. Those who self report an experience of the divine also report a quickening of active compassion and purpose. And that is so true. I know exactly where this book is going, and I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like. I love this book. Again, I'm Spenta Armaiti here, and I highly recommend this book, okay? Pure Unlimited Love by Dr. Stephen G. Post. Okay, continuing this purpose, this book. By mindfully cultivating pure unlimited love along these paths, we can know dignity, for the paths break down the walls between self and deeper self, between self and others, and between self and nature. It is not that we always arrive at the end of a path, but rather that we walk the paths, we care for our fellow travelers, forming communities of virtue along the way. Mindful meditation or prayer is a good way to begin living our love on these seven paths. Attending group worship is another good way to begin. Fulfillment begins in the mind and heart, which are like temples that we can beautify. It says beautify. Fulfillment begins in the mind and the heart, which are like temples that we can beautify with color and light, creating images of loving kindness and living more fully. There are many ancient passages to support this process of thinking with the whole self. One of the best known is, as a person thinketh in their heart, so they are. Very interesting, right? I have done research in 1982 on the theme of this higher experience of love, including a dissertation at the University of Chicago. The interest really goes back to my years in high school in New Hampshire, where I wrote my sixth form senior paper on love in St. Augustine. The other side of me was focused on biology. Isn't that interesting? This person and I have so much in common. Funny, huh? I don't know who this, never met this person, but love the book, right? So let everybody know the person and the book. It said, I have done research since 1982 on the theme of this higher experience of love, including a dissertation at the University of Chicago. This interest really goes back to my years in high school in New Hampshire, where I wrote my sixth form senior paper on love in St. Augustine. The other side of me was focused on biology. For many years, I have enjoyed the environment of several major national academic medical centers as a professor of medical humanities and compassionate care at the interface of science and religious practices, founded and directed new programs, served as president and co founder of a major research nonprofit, served as a board member of several foundations, including the John Templeton Foundation, and traveled the United States and the world to help preserve dignity for deeply forgetful people, those with dementia. Since 1980s, I've done my imperfect best as a husband and a father. I have followed my callings fairly rigorously and found some enjoyable success. When the 10 forms of it says when the 10 forms or expressions of loving heart and one mindedness. Let me read that again. When the 10 forms of expression of loving heart and one mindedness are combined with the seven paths, we have all we need to create a cultural movement centered on the spiritual idea of pure, unlimited love, saving lives, improving mental health, and opening ourselves and others to inner peace as best as we can. I am not Ethiopian, but like utopian. I am not utopian, but like not Ethiopian from Ethiopia. That's in Africa. He says, I am not utopian. Make sure you guys know I'm saying utopian right here. Utopian. I am not utopian, but like most people, I would like us to do better. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Dr. Stephen G. Post with his fantastic book. I really, really have enjoyed reading it. It has been something that I have enjoyed sharing with others. And just to let you know, just to let you know, remember this, okay? Remember at the end of the day, see if you can answer these questions, okay? To wrap it up, I love this book. I'm Spenta and I highly recommend this book. I'm sitting here and I'm reading. This is what he wrote. In the evening, if time permits, I might quietly ask myself a question for each of the seven paths. Did I feel uplifted in giving with kindness? Did I speak with the tone and heart of a healer? Did I stay focused on my callings or get pulled off course? Did I set an example of kindness for younger people who showed up to my door? Did I maintain awareness of one mind and not get swept away by the world? Did I feel a sense of awe as I encountered nature and the skies? Did I honor and fulfill the duties and responsibilities of freedom? Now it says, and as time permits, I will ask myself questions about my living up to the spokes on the wheel. And as time permits, I will ask myself questions about my living up to the spokes on the wheel. Remember, the spokes on the wheel were right here, just showing you really quickly. And thanking you for being here and for listening to my book review and listening to parts of this book and understanding why I really love it. It goes hand in hand with meditation and prayer and everything else. Here it talks about that. And it says, did I take these few minutes to join the celebration down the hall, or did I drive to a student's wedding? Did I ask someone if I was right in thinking that they might be suffering, and if so, how? Did I let go of bitterness and forgive someone who seemed to be apologetic or even not so apologetic? Did I listen well instead of interrupting someone? Did I diplomatically carefront an old friend? And remember, the word is carefront, okay? Carefront. The word is carefront. Okay, how beautiful. Did I diplomatically carefront an old friend who was not living up to their values? Did I lend someone a helping hand in some simple encounter? Did I tell someone that loyalty really matters and that they can count on me? Did I respect someone by looking and listening to them more carefully? Did I thoughtfully and in good taste share a little joke today? Did I affirm someone's creative accomplishments today? There you go. And that is a fantastic book. I love it. It's by Stephen G. Post, Dr. Stephen G. Post, Pure Unlimited Love. It is a brand new book. I highly recommend it. I thank you guys so much for being here, for listening to me, for your time. I thank you for your kindness towards others. I thank you for your kindness towards me. Many thanks to all who watch this at a time that is for them, at a time of need for them. I hope that it comes in handy. I also thank you for your friendship. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share this if you don't mind. I would love to see your comments. So don't forget to leave me a comment because I definitely am looking forward to seeing your comments and wonder what you think about this. It's a very, very good book. I am going to take the cover and take a photo and upload it. It's a very, very amazing book. I like it so much. And I never said Hello Kitty can't be on the background. So Hello Kitty can still be remaining on the background. And I can take a picture of the book. That you can make sure they're getting the book that I did discuss. I have in the section below, if you look in the description section, I have tagged this book. And not tag it like tag it, but I've written who it was by. So I've tagged the book name and I've written who it was by. So I hope you get the right book. And The book is a great book. I do recommend it. Again, thank you so much for being here with me and listening to me and spending some time with me. Thank you so much, Agile. Thank you for enjoying that book and thank you for liking it. Thank you, all friends who are here, and thanks to all who watch later and for your likes, kindness, shares, and for your friendship. Thank you so much to all my channel members, my friends. I wish you a fantastic day and night. Until next time, I'm Spenta, and I wish you a peaceful day and a peaceful evening. Until next time, thank you, friends.